I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here. 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 Okay. Call the order is over. That brings us to our first public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that can do a public comment? Step right up forward. Here.
Not much to report other than the fact that commissioners will be meeting in a work session tomorrow, board as a whole, to hopefully finalize the marijuana tax money. So we've got it narrowed down pretty close to the number. So now it's just allocations and finalizing the disbursements. But all in all, it should hopefully be done tomorrow. So everybody that applied should know within a week. So hopefully we have an answer for, like I say, people like the fish hatchery and projects like that meet their appeal.
How many people? Yeah.
It was $3.1 million in requests for $886,000. First two sessions, we narrowed it down to $1.2 million.
Get closer.
Sure. That's a big ask, let me tell you. Anyway, it's a lot closer than it was. So hopefully after a 3-hour session tomorrow, we'll have it done. I'm hoping. So it's my opinion that we stay till it's done tomorrow.
Do you expect to have the results published at some point?
Yeah, within the next week, it should be published. I would hope so. I mean, as soon as the county administrator gets it tomorrow afternoon, I mean, I'm sure it will be public knowledge. But I would definitely hope within a week. So that's it. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this a quarterly small money or is it just?
Yearly. Yeah, it's all the permit fees and then all the tax that's collected. And it varies from year to year. It's been running somewhere in the $900,000 range every year. But you got places that close, places that reopen. So that's about it.
Is that open to the public?
The board as a whole,
Your meeting tomorrow, so.
I believe so, yeah. Board as a whole is what it's called. Yeah. Like I said, there's no secrets there. I mean, it's just action down the numbers. Nobody gets everything, but hopefully we can get something. Anything else? What now? Noon. It's scheduled noon to 3. Hopefully the stable is done, hopefully we're done before it. Good.
Well,
Anything else?
sorry about that.
Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I still have to finish out the year. I'm here for questions, answers, and whatever means me, and catching up. So, let me know.
Well, I want to thank you for your service, man. I appreciate it immensely. It's since you go, appreciate it.
audit at this time. Down.
My name is Mark Bowman. I'm the district administrator at the Township Conservation District. And thank you for inviting me here today to talk about the annual household hazardous waste collection. I sent the board the funding request packet back in March, but I do have, yes, perfect. So I have some updates since that came out because our recent 2024 collection was held on Thursday, August 1st at Bishop Long High School. Last year, the event was at the Bay Rapids Fairgrounds. We do try to alternate between Chippewa Hills and the Fairgrounds every year to accommodate both sides of Custer County. This program has been operating since 2003, so 21 years. It's been successful. And you think after all this time, the amount of hazardous waste collected at this event would naturally go down, but that's not the case. The amount of toxic material that's brought into the collection has remained steady over the whole 21 years. So some of the toxic items that we will collect, there's a very long list, but it's oils, pesticides, fertilizers, automotive products, oil-based paint. The list is pretty lengthy. But the most important thing is that there's no other place in the area where residents can take these materials, and there's only a few contractors in the state that will actually dispose of materials. So what oftentimes happens, and it's really sad, but we often see it just, out back, so they will hole and put everything in, or dump it in a ditch. That's what we don't want, because we directly contaminate the soil and ground surface water. And of course, that leads to a bunch of other health concerns, including, algae blooms, fish die-off, and a long list of health concerns. Last year, we had 415 households participate, and we disposed of almost 40,000 pounds of hazardous waste. So people are always shocked to hear how much this one day collection costs, and last year it was just over $43,000. This total does not include any advertising expenses, no staff time of the cost of conservation district staff, no supplies. That is just the cost to dispose of this hazardous material. So we are only able to sustain this program for so long with the help of townships and community donations, and we do apply for some community foundation grants. We always use last year's data when putting these requests together, and honestly, it doesn't fluctuate too much from year to year. It remains steady. But last year, your township contributed $700. We had many requests from townships asking how many households in each township participated, and in this case, you had 16 households participate. With each household, while that may not seem like a high number, on average, using last year's data, each household brought $103 worth of waste in. So that comes out to $1,648. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you guys, but we did request $1,000 support this year to help sustain the program. Because we recently had our collection, I know that you guys had 13 households participate, so it did remain close to that $1,000 would be under the amount that your township actually spent. But I don't have the numbers for how many brought everything. It'll take the company that we contracted a couple months to sort through all that and measure it out. Next year, the event will be back here at the Bay Rapids Fairgrounds on the first Thursday in August. And I always feel like it's important to say, we want to partner with townships. We feel like we can accomplish more together. If your township ever decided to hold an event like this on your own, it would cost a minimum of $15,000, and that's just with the flat base rates. The previous years we've been blessed to receive support from every single township, so we just wanted to come here today to explain a little bit more about the program and just answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you for the information. It's very helpful.
Yeah, there's a lot of information in that 3 minutes, so please ask questions.
Can I ask a question? Yes. Do you take household batteries and finding that there's a number you address that anymore?
Yeah, so after the 1990s, Congress outlawed the harmful. So we will still collect lithium batteries because that contains the hazardous material. We'll also collect automotive batteries, but for normal single-use household batteries, we don't have a good way to recycle in that area. Yeah, I agree. Yes, what's the date? The collection already happened. It was the first Thursday in August at Chippewa. So if you're planning next year, it'll be the first Thursday in August at the fairgrounds. However, if you want that reminder, please just reach out to the conservation district or meet with the applicant. I can collect your information and share it.
I would just like to comment, I
nice to see involving young people in community service. They learn the importance of serving our community in whatever, way we get. I met high school football games, our coach, and things like that, and really appreciate. So, it was run smooth, and it was glad to see, I did that on a donation basis. The conservation club, and then, throwing balls over to the baseball team.
Yeah.
So, it was really, good event. I got there at the end, and I should have brought 20 players. It was a 10 player event.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows here, the tire collection is actually separate from the household hazardous waste. It's something new that we applied for grants at our own. We did not request any money from the township to hold that tire separate event. And we hope to do it again next year. But I completely agree, we couldn't have done it without the athletic team there, and it was great.
So you're requesting for the board about $1,000 to help cover the costs, and then how much in grant? Do you know how much grant?
It really varies. I'm waiting to hear from the High County Stewardship Foundation grant. But the Costa Community Foundation grant is very competitive, so this year I believe we were awarded $1,500. But with the help of every single township, Big Rapids has over 30 people participate, sometimes in the 40s, and they contribute $3,000 annually. So we really try to make it, so it's feasible for townships. We just want townships to be able to cover their own amount, their own waste that they have coming in. But we realize that not everybody is able to do that financially, so that's the requested amount, but of course anything above that helps the whole program. Yeah, and I think I mentioned earlier that we don't make anything on this event at all. We don't take any money from it. We just do it because we feel it's the right thing to do. Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if you can give me an idea as to the percentage of automotive products collected, waste oil.
We do get that breakdown. I don't have those numbers with me right now, but I'd be happy to email them to you. I do know that this year we collected 375 gallons of oil that was recycled back into the community for food purposes. But of course, you have antifreeze that comes in and training fluid, and gosh, I don't even know all the different types of automotive products, but I'd be happy to share that breakdown. For last year I have, and then this year I should receive it all at once.
You could probably do something first, clean up, something like that, and then we could probably pull it out of that, and like out there, so. Everybody, not there, something like that. You can see if there's a better place to put it in the budget, to cover the expenses, just to put it out there for the board.
So you guys know for planning purposes, these letters do go out on an annual basis, and I always try to get them out no later than March. So if that helps with your budgeting needs.
But you already reimbursed now, right? To cover it.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, if you sent the letter in March, I followed up a few times, but I know that things get crazy, and then since I have, I knew that you guys had 13 people participate. I'm like, no, we haven't been supported in the past, so I feel like you just let them know. Did you guys have a question over here?
I was just wondering when you expected to have an answer. And as soon as possible.
Yeah, so as soon as possible, great. Our fiscal year ends on September 30th, so we try to have things for this collection wrapped up because we start planning the next collection right away. So the grant process can be up to a year long. I don't want to take up any more of your guys' time.
No, I appreciate it. Very good, Sarah.
No, I appreciate it, it costs money. I've had people tell me that, things are buried around here, they're kind of, it's scary when after the train that I've had in the military, was drop the ball, can be used to nature. I appreciate what they're trying to do. I would just add that I think in this day and age, $1,000 for, my goodness, like from the Costa County Conservation Group is dedicated to clean up waste in our county, our township, and getting properly disposed of it. It's
well worth I don't think that's excessive, but, are you going to have enough money to cover your expenses overall? And that will cover us for sure, and you'll be able to get it done for the next year or two, or?
Yeah, so, I mean, we collect funds each year, so last year the grant cost was over 40 grand, so that's a lot of money to raise when we have so many other programs too. So there's some years that we just break even, and there's some years that we are operating at a deficit.
Yeah.
I do, while I don't have the numbers for this year yet, I do feel like it was very comparable to last year, the amount of households that we had come through. So I that's a good kind of thing, I think we'll actually get a deficit this year, but I can't say that for certain. So,
You said there was 13 households that came through this
this year,
yeah.
How many townships participate?
Every Township has participated last year. This year, I have not heard from you guys or Sheridan yet.
Do you have an average amount?
It all depends on how many households participate. Townships give anywhere from 5,000 to 3,000. Or, I'm sorry, 500 to 3,000. And some townships, will also make a financial contribution and will donate like 2 15-yard dumpsters, so it's just, it's very customized, like these are costs are customized to your township.
Yeah, so you're thinking of $1,300-1,500. You know,
It's covered,
Yeah,
we have
covered.
13, yeah.
Yeah. You want 13, Sarah?
What do you guys want to go 15 or something, you guys?
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to support, to pay, Mass Conservation, Household Hazardous Waste Disposal Program, $1,500. I'll make that motion. And vote. Do we need any discussion on it?
So far on about what they're asking for is gone up continually since I can remember. It's an awful lot of money for 13 people that brought stuff in. I would ask the board to consider a smaller number, but, that's my input. I remember when it was $350 and this board sometimes had a hard, tough decision, approving $350.
We usually see the cost of this program doubling about every 7 years.
That's not surprising at all.
Surprising to me.
Who picks up your, waste, I guess?
So the only contractor in the state that can support collection as large as ours is called ERG Disposal Company. Yeah, it depends on the amount of products that you're collecting. Most of them are $1.45 per pound, but when you get into stuff like mercury, it's 13 pounds per pound. So it adds up.
I remember when this board discussed how to put it to yourself on our sidewalks, so.
My other thought on the matter is, waste oil is something that can be taken to several different locations. Sounds like a good percentage of the stuff that was collected was waste oil. If that's one of the most expensive things being collected, then I would have hesitation about, doing any more than what they're asking.
And to verify, we don't pay the disposal of the oil, we recycle it in the community. Right now, Morningstar Enterprise recycles it as a heap, so we actually don't pay for it. Yeah.
Motion's on the table.
I'm good with the 15.
You're 15. Okay. It's, your vote.
Okay,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Fishburne,
No.
Rasmussen. Yes. Rainbow, yes. Warren,
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion's carried. Okay, thank you for your presentation. Appreciate it.
Thank Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Well, we're still in public comment, so if you would like to public comment yet, move forward. Yeah, Lori.
First off, congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you guys for everything you're doing. Also, just a quick comment, just got off the phone with Walmart's office, and they're going to be doing a press release at my farm on Wednesday. No lotion, Mike Rogers is going to be heading it up, and they were asking for as many people to come and protest signs as possible. They're going to make a big media list out of that. So, just wanted to, it'll be at noon on Wednesday at my farm.
Wednesday, tomorrow,
No, Wednesday next week, I'm sorry. And they want as many, as many times as possible, maybe, as many people can show up, they're hoping to show 200 people there. They're bringing people in as well, so we're hoping for that to happen. And also, Mulner is giving me a bunch of signs to give out, so I have them here in my car, if anyone wants to pull it out for free, I have them here. I'm sorry. So just keep them there in my car. But anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? This time. Okay, there's no further public comment, and first public comment. I have a couple additions to the agenda, but move those additions down past new business. We can get through the agenda tonight, hopefully shorten the meeting time. So, I do have a resolution for the board to review, and I guess I can cover any correspondence. I'll cover the wage term also. But moving the agenda items, in addition to the agenda, we'll put it past new business, and I'll move some correspondence. So, first letter of correspondence to the Township Board, or the Township letter, is the whole network letter. Maybe to read that for you.
We've had, Hope Network here cleaning the building since before we were in office. I don't know how long they're doing it, but they are going to cease their community-based services at their repair center. So that means we will not have anyone to clean our office, after, or the whole hall, actually, after August 25th. So we are going to need to probably open that up for bids to find somebody else to do it.
That brings us, so that's the whole network. And then, I'm sorry about that. Then the next letter that we have gotten correspondence from Brian Souza and Wade Trim. Forward this information, and some of the board members have gotten it right away, and some of them have not yet, but I do have it in front of me, but you will see that there's a Wade Trim letter. Sorry about that. The Wade Trim letter is, it has to do with the project moving forward. Basically, what Wade Trim is asking for is they're going to do a project understanding, so they'll break up the project understanding as far as what we've done so far about the pump station, and then they're going to give us, they're basically going to do the engineering and engineer the lift station and put it out for bids, and then they will come back to the township and then present their findings. So what they're asking for from the township board is, and this will be the first stage of the replacement of the lift station. There's $62,000 for engineering and throwing it out for bids. So for replacement. Now, the timeline on the project, as they see, is going to be the engineering, which is engineering cost of $62,000, and the bidding, which will probably be done sometime in November, and then up for board consideration. in November, December board meeting. And then, there's, these pump stations are built to order. So we'll get the full number at that point in time, and we'll understand what's happening going forward with the project. And also, if we okay this, Ryan will update the board on a regular basis on where we're at with the development of the project. But they're looking at an install in early spring. Now, I wanted to get it done this fall, but what we were doing is we were waiting for flow numbers from Goshen. Because what I asked Brian to do, I asked him to do a few things. Now, Brian, this is Brian from Wade Trim. I said, let's approach this a certain way. I understand that there's pressure relief valves in the head. I understand the ins and outs so far of that system and what the system needs to do. But we have a big problem with the mechanical part of the lift station itself. It needs to be replaced. That's in the life, and we need to have some movement on it. So let's focus on the lift station. So that's what Brian and I, we talked about, and I said, okay. And then he called me back, and he found out that his firm was subcontracted by Farm Mechanical, which is, from what I understand, has been contracted by Goshen, that's an engineering firm, one of their engineering firms. So he called me back, and he said, we've been contracted by our subcontractor to work with them on the Goshen project. That's great. Make sure that you can get some flow numbers from them so that we can build the lift station for expansion. Whether or not Goshen comes, whether they don't come, all right, we're ready prepared to do something with expansion. We don't want to just spend a bunch of money and then just build the system to handle it, what it does right now. We want to look towards the future, whether it's a Goshen project or something else. So what that did was, it put the project on hold throughout most of the summer, and they were working back and forth with Goshen's engineers, and we now have flow numbers, so they're ready to move forward, so we can have that expansion. What we did find out is that it looks like this lift station that's there already could, in essence, handle the flow numbers that Goshen presented to us. And that would be in this letter, moving forward from Wade Trim, moving forward. Now, they did submit a findings letter to me between, it's like 2 weeks ago. And what I'm going to do is forward that letter on to you guys, to the board, and then we'll post it for everybody. But I've been in communications with the sewer committee, and so they're kept informed on it. So I gave them some time so they could get their input on it, on the letter that came back from Wade Trim, the earlier letter. And so I think we're at a safe spot now where we can release that for public consumption and move forward. It's always been important to me to make sure that the people that are on the system have a say in what happens with the system, because they're on the system, right? So we need to make sure that they understand what's happening. So once again, it's a matter of expansion. We want to have those flow numbers. We want to be sensitive to everything that's happening here moving forward in our township. And so it's why I kind of got held up for it, so I'm sorry about that. That's why it took Wade Trim this long to get back to us. Any questions on that? Any comments?
We're happy to see that we're moving forward with the project. That's what we needed. Hopefully we don't have any serious issues between now and the contract and get started.
So that's an average of 30,000, just under 30,000 gallons per day, with
because it was so overused, I think it made it last as long as it has, because it's in pretty good shape considering. But me personally, looking at the system along with operational services, it's time. I mean, we all know that. It's been down there, and some of those electronics and stuff been down there for, 30, 40 years, and it's time to move forward with it. Replacement, that is. And so what I asked Brian, they said there's 3 different pumps you can put in these, and everybody will be able to access this online on the report that I posted. But they're still installing the same type of pumps that we have, the same pumping system. So you can put one right back in the same as it was, and just update it. That's not an option because you have confined space, and everybody wants to have on grades as well. There's another one that we can put in, is we can move all the electronics up on top, up on grade, that's up on grade, top of grass. So, but the pumps are submerged on the second system. The pumps would go in the tanks, and then it would just be submerged pumps. The only problem is that it becomes kind of costly when there's repair that needs to be done, and they're looking, parts availability and that sort of thing becomes an issue. And so there's another type of when I say run, I use a Grumman pump as a generic term, but that would be everything on grade, and it's a screw pump. And it's an enclosure. There's a couple different sizes of enclosures. And then this screw pump would require another tank, an holding tank, which would be shallower because it's called a suction pump. So we're going to actually, like a straw, suck the fluid out and then put it in. So, yeah. What do you think? Processing, yeah.
The pumps are on grade.
The enclosure, that's what I asked. The screw pumps pump really quiet, and the shooting pump really quiet, and the enclosure the rest of the time. So I also asked, we don't want to put an enclosure over there where the pump is right now. Put an enclosure that looks kind of hideous for everybody that lives there. Some municipalities. Well, there's different scenarios that we can do, but we have to first of all get the pump design in, and then we can move forward with what we want to do. As far as enclosures, because 2 different sizes of enclosures. One is where it will allow the maintenance to get inside. There's inclement weather or whatever, they'd be able to work inside the enclosure. And then there's the other one that would just be an enclosure to enclose the pump. And I said, well, me with my background, I'd rather go with a bigger enclosure just in case something was to happen. You get right in, and you would be out of the weather, and there'd be room to put tools or whatever to keep them on site. But I don't know what the price difference is yet. We don't really know that until we move forward with that design. And then get his recommendation and the price point on it. We just don't know. The other, is there any questions on that before we move forward?
I got a question. I don't know if it's appropriate to ask this now, but C on the agreement. Government agrees to establish an allowance of dollars not applicable for additional service payments claim that.
I can ask for clarification on it. It's hard for me to totally explain that. I'll get clarification.
If they're asking for not less than 10% of the compensation amount specified in item B, that's not less than $5,200. So we need clarification on that.
Sure.
And why that would be, possible scenarios where that might be necessary.
You're saying that to me honestly, right?
Yeah, I've read it several times, and just like read legal stuff, I really good at that.
Yeah. I'll let that digest for a little bit to the board. I'll tell you, we did have a level 3 signal that came in on the pump station. Some residents saw I was down there. They set the lift station one night until 3 in the morning because everybody's on call. It's just there when chaos happens, it happens in droves. So I was able to keep we were able to work through the I just kind of stood guard on it, just babysat it, until operation services got ready to get there. And then, they did repairs on it, and, it's going to be another sensor. Right now it's working just fine, they're able to repair it, no problem, because it doesn't matter. There's a cable that runs down with a weight on it down to the tank. It's two flows around there. So there's a low level and a high level flow on the system. Low level flow is given a problem, so it's actually the sensor on the low level flow. So they were able to repair that. Right now there's no problems, it's working like a charm. And they have to put a sensor on, but they're also very sensitive to the fact that this may be a replacement issue, so we'll be replacing it, so how much money do we really want to pump into the lift station? So, totally replace it. But it's working as should, there's no problems with it. It's just that we may be looking at a sensor in the near future for that lift station. Yep.
My other question is, about Goshen and their use of the system. If Goshen decides to, cut their losses and pull out, how much room have we got to, change the specs? If we don't need the full 200,000, can we just go for half of that, or that get, cheaper?
Well, I think we probably could. I don't know, I want to revisit that, Brian. Problem is that they're going to lock into it, because of your public word. So,
No, I realize that, but if we find out between now and, the time we have to lock in, I think we have to readjust that.
oh, sure.
I'm all for additional capacity, that's very important. Bringing some users into the system, even if it's not working. At some point, we'll have to make a decision as to whether or not we're going to go for maximum capacity, do we proceed, or less.
Yes. 100%. Is there
I'd also like to add that I'm very concerned about our supervisor being down in that can early in the morning by himself. That really, really bothers me. But you a little more common sense next time. I know it's an emergency situation, but nothing's worth, sewer system on that. Sure.
So I guess what I would do is at this point in time, I'd like to ask the board to move forward with this. I would say to move forward with it quickly, trim, upon clarification. I don't know how you would do that yet. I guess I could pull up to the board, so we can move forward and see on track. Or is it something that we're going to do a little bit and let the same thing some more, or how are you going to proceed with this?
If you think it'll move things along quickly, I think we should try to take a vote on it. Still got that issue of speed there. I don't think you guys can read it half a dozen times and see what it says to you.
How did you make it, Kelly?
I took it to mean that the contractor will trim and charges not less than 10% of the compensation amount specified in item B. It's kind of an overall allowance.
Yeah, that's what, something like that.
So if everything goes according to plan, there will be no cost overrun, there will be no allowance, but they reserve the right to collect an additional 10%, no less than 10%, of the compensation specified in item B.
So you're saying it could be above 10%?
Well, that's not less than 10%, that's what that means to me.
So depending on,
If it were not more than 10%, I'd be more comfortable with it, but it's not less than 10%. Could it be a typo? I don't have questions about that. But the, item B is professional fees, services, which we've already told $62,000.
So this has been a topic that we took off this day one. Personally, the companies for we're moving forward, getting this thing rectified and updated and done. We've made that a topic that's been a high priority in this township. And I say we continue to move forward and get her done.
If we, yeah, I mean, this, I mean, as going forward, keep the process going. We can prove this, keep it moving, and then, let's see, there's some conversation about grant money that's out there for this project, but it's not a state grant money. And so we have not seen the release of that grant money yet. I tried to continue to contact the state, see if there would be a release to help us with the upgrade of the system. But at this point in time, there's been no release on the grant money. There's still, the grant money could be released as it progresses. I just hate to not progress this point in time, and then wait till the grant money comes in. That could be next summer. Keep paying. And so, if we could at least get the engineering done in the bidding, and we could be that far to know what we're doing. Now, in addition to this, the board must know, everybody out there is already permitting that's been pulled for the replacement of the system. Depending on the system that we put in, that permitting can be adjusted to fit the project. So the permitting system. So it's already done that.
Is there any way that we can word a motion to protect this from item C that's not related?
Not to see.
There's a motion, I don't know a motion.
It's still a good agreement, but they have to retain.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to delay this any more than we have to. It'd be nice to, get
Well, as I sell their house, contingent on buying a house, contingent on selling their house, we can motion a clarification, and that's what I didn't see, that there is some sort of net, amount that we can take from that, that we not exceed.
Yeah, we're about that.
If you read the beginning of it, it says that you will establish an allowance for additional services, not less than. So does that mean that they just want an allowance of 6,800 sitting there that they need to use in case of? They just don't want anything less than the 10% of the 62,000 in an allowance.
less, would be 600 or something. Or we could.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting as a Christian.
Well, we also have to consider the integrity of this company. We've gone down this road. I don't think there's anything inherently in here that they're trying to screw us.
Oh, yeah.
And if I read a clarification of that,
I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying, what I'm reading here, all it's not covered, not less than $6,200.
actually a clarification of that. Board, I make a motion to accept the motion by Wade Trent, professional services, with a intent of what we, the clarification, I see regarding, exactly,
Sure. Right.
Just depending upon clarification of the fee, I agree.
Can you read 3.01 in the
the board for me, they would like some clarification on that C, as far as order agrees to establish an allowance, dollar amount for additional services on this project, not less than 10% of compensation.
Yeah, so there should be an NA written in that blank space with a dollar sign, so I put in NA, not applicable. We don't expect you to set any money aside, 10% or more or less, so we just kind of remove that as well.
So I can take this time to have you introduce yourself to the board really quick, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. Am I on speaker now?
Sure.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Souza. I am the Vice President for Wage Trim out of Traverse City. I've been with Wage Trim for about 25 years, working exclusively on municipal water and water. Whoops, sorry, my car's there with that. So I don't know what you heard, but spent all my career, the past 25 years, working on exclusively municipal water and sewer projects. So I've done a plethora of lift stations. Matter of fact, we're doing in the middle of one right now where we're rehabbing 215 lift stations for a community not far from here. So I don't know if you guys have any specific questions or if you want to hear any more detail on me, but I'm more than happy to answer questions and provide any more detail.
No? Well, I guess not, Brian. I think the answer from everybody's questions right now is really what it is, so. Yeah. All right. That was easy. Okay. Well, thanks for taking the time, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Clear that up. Okay. Well, we have a motion. Sorry about that. So we have a motion from Jeff. Give me a second. To approve. Any other additional comments? Concerns?
Just a minor concern, we didn't put this out to bid, but on the other hand, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than we could have gotten the police and band or a bigger firm. I mean, I think it's an excellent proposal, and I think we should go ahead with it. So, the time for competitive bidding will come down to the subcontractors that are actually going to install the system.
Excellent. Either way, you might get the same result, and that's what they're going to get, is to get us the engineering done, and then they're going to put out the bid. So, very good. Let's move to the vote.
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Bushwright,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Rasmussen,
Yes.
Ziegler, yes, Cruz,
Yes. Okay, motion carries. I'll be in touch with Brian, and there'll be no issues updates here. So thank you very much for it. Okay. That ends correspondence. That brings us to the consent agenda. The consent agenda is the approved meeting minutes, July treasurer report, sewer department report. We got the legislative report from Randy, and funding and zoning report, and July sheriff's report. So we never got a sewer report yet. Okay, so we should be getting a sewer report from operational services. Sorry about that.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda for the items listed.
Give me a second, Brett. Okay, open for discussion. Can you present the treasurer's report? Yeah, I appreciate that.
We currently have $1.2 million in all of our hands, which is up from, it's up from last year. Last year this time we had just over $1 million. So we're about, with all the accounts, over $5 million last year.
Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Getting across the alert.
No, everything's fine, everything's fine, the county's fine, but these days, that's the county, under was, taxes have been paid, so, always happen.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah, things. There's one right here. I can cover Brent's planning and zoning is, we have 4 on the roster, just for, I believe it's just so there's 4, permits that were issued, and, yeah, I'll give everybody's name anyway. So our planning and zoning board is moving ahead and it's effective. The Costa County Sheriff's Office report, there was, in July 2024, there's 18 traffic stops. There's 5 traffic tickets that were issued. There were 2 appearance tickets. Property damage and crashes, there were 9. Physical arrests, there were 5 physical arrests. There's 1 animal control, and there was a total of 23 complaints. It's like the Wild West. Okay. I'd like, is there any other additional comments or concerns before we move to approve the consent agenda? Let's go for a vote, please.
Quigley.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Rasmussen.
Yes.
Rego, yes. Cruz.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. Thank you, board. Consent agenda is approved. This meeting, there is no old business. Moving on, there's no old business on the books. Oh, credit card. Would you like to?
Yeah, well,
Okay, old business, we'll move to certain old business really quick. Credit card, we had a problem with our credit card reader. It did not launch the way we wanted it to. And we've been working through these things with BSNA and Point Pay. What we found out was Point Pay was not linking very well with BSNA. And so BSNA does offer a pay program. Well, they offer a credit card program. So what we've done is we're going to pivot from Point Pay, which will save the township money, so we won't have the addition of Point Pay. And we're going to do everything internally with BSNA, and so that will be, that service offered by BSNA is a free service along with what we've already got for the treasurer's department and the assessor's department. So it's all inclusive. Now, in order to get that all up and running, we should have an individual. And that will be a new credit card reader. We're only going to have 1 credit card reader. That will be in the treasurer's department. We should receive that by tomorrow, Thursday. And we should be able to get the link up on the website, up and running also. So they're going to send us that information. We're going to change that over one last time, and we should be up and running with that. So everybody will be able to either go up online and access their billing and pay online, or they can come in and use their credit card bills for taxes. This is all for taxes, or utility billing also. Utility, you have to be very specific about this because the program works either for taxes or utility billing. So both, you want both those on there, so everybody can decide how they would like to pay. So both utility billing and taxes will be able to be paid online, or the credit card will work in the office. But
Is there a fee to use it online?
yeah,
2.5%.
2.5%.
Point Pay is 3%, so it's actually 0.5% lower than which is considerably less than 3%.
Robert also had a conversation about return checks. We're kind of, more checks that just don't, return checks, basically. So, yeah, assessment fees. And we were wondering about believe the prior board did establish some NSF fees that would be put back to the customer that had their check not go through. So we're going to look into that too.
Have you looked at a check reader through the bank?
I'm sorry, what's that?
A check reader through the bank? Like the check, the bank will give you a check reader and it just gives it for you.
Yeah.
It's like a debit card.
Check the balance.
Yeah.
Walmart does it.
I'll check into it.
They should give it to you for nothing. But
Sure. Yeah. But,
I wasn't around. One thing I'd like to ask is, this glitch we had in the BSNA was completely BSNA's fault. So, if people could do scrub work, that would be really a hard time about credit card reader now. To say that Jason and I were frustrated when we found out it wasn't working, I think he's understated. My blood pressure went up a few points. But please don't come in and do it really all the time. You guys can come in and act like 5 days. That's 100% through the hallway. It's not a problem.
So I'd like to summarize these. So we're going to just system that runs better across the township left. Is that right?
So we do that.
Oh.
yeah, when you're doing the research on these programs, you try to do the best you can to gather as much information as quickly as you can, right? Just like we all know. And then as you work through it, sometimes it comes up where there's a better option. And this is one of those. So it's good to pivot and work a little better for the township. So. Anyways, that was the old business. And then we bring us into new business. That really, Corey, would you like to comment on foundation rates for the cemetery?
So, Ted McCullough has been our foundation guy for 25 years, and when we started doing the foundations, he was charging 25 cents per square inch. So, in the 25 years that he's done it, he's only raised his rate to 35 cents per square inch, and obviously everything is more expensive these days. He's barely covering his costs. I've had him do, I don't know, maybe 6 foundations in the last couple of months. He would really like to, we did some research, and pretty much everybody in the area that's doing foundations charges 65 cents per square inch. I don't think it's unreasonable to pay him what everyone else was making, especially since he's only raised his rate 10 cents in 25 years. So I'd really like to bring it before the board to increase his foundation rate to 65 cents per square inch. Which I know looks like a huge jump, but again, in 25 years, he's only raised it 10 cents.
So I'm looking for a motion to raise to 65 cents per inch. Can I get a motion on that? Any further discussion?
I'm also going to raise it to 65 cents.
Okay, we got a motion. Okay, a second. Conversation on it?
I just have a question about the average square inches per foundation. Do you have any information on that?
I can get that for you, but I don't have it off the top of my head.
Easter meat process, an average foundation is 225 now. If we raise it to 65 cents, it's going to be $475. That's what I kind of had to do.
They're roughly, I think one was like 197, one was 296, generally around that area. And like I said, I realize it's a huge jump, but he's barely even covering his costs. And he gets, as soon as he gets an order, he is right out there, getting it all done. He's got to make forms every single time. Everyone's different. He's got my lumber, he's got my concrete.
that's important that they understand that, that each person understands what they're having. You know, I mean, just to get to the site now, almost $4 a gallon, you guys did. You don't understand that.
Inflation's been 13% the last 3 years.
We go to, we got a motion and a second, is there any other discussion on it? Go to the vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Bushwhacker,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Rico, yes, Moore,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes. Okay, motion carries to raise the premium at 65 cents per inch, thank you very much for it. Moving forward, our new business, thank you ceremony for Girl Scouts.
You may remember the Girl Scouts were using their cookie money, donating their cookie money to put together a lending library, the little houses where you can put books. They installed it last month, right out here by the pavilion and the playground. I personally, I just want to do this, I don't need more approval to just do a little ceremony, but I wanted to invite everybody, to do a little thank you ceremony. I think it's important for them to feel appreciated for doing this. I did make some little plaques for them, Randy and I talked about that. So we were looking at, they got a meeting on August 23rd at 3:30, so we were looking at doing a little thank you out here, I was going to get some ice cream and maybe cake or something like that, and just do it out here at the pavilion. So anybody would like to come and thank the girls too, I think that would be nice.
On August 23rd.
August 23rd. That'd be 4 o'clock, sorry, 4 o'clock for the ceremony,
I'll pitch in.
so that they can get, settled in and stuff for a half hour.
Good, good, yeah, so, donation, Girl Scouts.
August 23rd.
August 23rd at 4 o'clock. Yeah, and the pavilion.
Got it.
Buy some tubs of ice cream and cupcakes or cake or something like that. And I'm sure they know we appreciate them doing that for our township.
It's getting a lot of use, that book there, it's getting a lot of use, I see people coming up and using it for that, so.
I looked it over out there, it's well built and it's placed properly, I think it's great. Extend my best wishes, I'll get that procedure that afternoon, so I'll be able to ceremony, but I really think they did a great job.
Make little plaques too.
Okay, thank you. Corey, that brings us to the third new business, the board review. We need to build a new board review for this fall season, and we would like to build a new board review and get everybody trained up as quickly as possible. So if anybody would like to step up and do a board review or be on the board review, please step forward and then contact us and we will get you trained. The assessor needs to meet you and we can get you trained, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking to rebuild the board. There are a lot of people that, can either contact Corey or I, and if you contact Corey will normally CC or contact you right away, and then we will pitch you in the group. So, it'd be earlier Saturday, because then that gives us a little bit of time to get you trained up. And what happened with the old board review is they were just doing it for such a long time. Other interests and other things that they were going to do, so they stepped down. And they were going to retire, and before the election last November. But Lattimore ended up keeping them on for one more time. And said that kind of got us over that hump. And so they agreed, reluctantly agreed to do it, but they were some good sports, we had a lot of fun here, talking and catching up, and it's a good time. And, it's a lot more important than what you think, so. Board review, you have interest in serving on that, and reviewing, people's tax disputes, am I on it?
I might add that the training is paid for and the time spent during the board review is also paid.
Yeah, it is paid, there's.
You don't make a lot of money, you get paid for your time.
Well, we did get a little bit of a raise this last year,
Yeah.
so that helps out.
Everybody got a raise with us.
Everybody, really?
We didn't get a raise, I remember well.
I was told I got a raise. I don't know. No.
Turn it down.
All right, okay, under the scanner for the assessor, this brings us to new business number 4. Mike Richmond would like to get a printer and scanner for the assessor, and the reason for this is just to make it easy for scanning the documents that needs to change over from paper into electronic files. There's a lot. There's a ton.
I talked to Danny previously, because we need one in the clerk's office at some point too, but I priced them out on Amazon for $89.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It does, but, I mean, they don't, if we've got a pickup for that, or anything like that, so, I don't know, there's just lots of extra steps, you know. We just have to
Faster also. He wasn't on that for a while, he ended up coming back on that. But what he wants is ease and quickness. So he requested it, and so we told him to bring it up to the board for consideration on that, so. Yeah, we go underneath assets on budget.
In my opinion, that's convenient, it's not worth spending a lot of time talking about it, but
Sure. And it's just that we can bring it up to the board. You know, we wanted to make sure everybody's aware of it. I don't even think you don't really need to work out there or anything like that. Yeah.
Even if it's, I've got the truck, I've got paid expense through,
That's what he's looking for now, so there's not a lot to discuss. Okay, now first, second, okay, order. Are you any more conversation? No? Okay, let's vote it.
Hey,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Bushwhacker,
yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Rasmussen,
Yes.
Rhoda, Cruz.
Yes. Okay, motion carries, then board, for 1. Okay. Let me bring my additions to the agenda, last addition, which you got anything?
It's also for the assessor, it was like Adobe Acrobat Pro, which I priced it at $239.88 for a year. It allows them to edit PDFs and things like that, so just to make it like editing documents rather than having to retype them.
And is that, can anybody of you, any of you use it then? Or is that just
It's
basically a
only
one?
on his computer,
So it's only single use? Okay. And that's okay. 1 to 5 users, that might be, okay, today,
And I all I did was start
okay.
Yeah, so that's
I just wondered if there's options to still could be,
I believe the already has the regular ability after that.
Do you ever have a need to edit PDFs? Yeah.
I mean, if I have, usually if I have a PDF, it's my own, I create it in Word document, it's all I use for it.
If you needed to edit one, would you send it to his?
So I don't usually.
That's what I think, if I could go to see it as well, or user interface.
Yeah, they need to edit one.
it would be very useful in the office. Just prepare the briefly repeat the cost you said.
$239.88 per year. It's $19.99 a month, and you don't really get a discount if you pay for your installation.
So the same amount upfront and then yearly renewal?
They did have another one that was, this would be a subscription, they did have another one that was not a subscription, but that one was $29.99 a month.
So pay for the one that's more.
Well, if you're, you can have a subscription for $19.99 a month, or you pay the $239.88, or you don't have a subscription, it's $29.96, $3 a month.
So if there's any, updates, you gotta pay for that later, and probably say one. I motion we get a building extract quote for the assessor.
one. We have another motion?
No second. Second.
Any questions?
Any questions? Okay, move forward.
Rasmussen,
Yes.
Wade,
Yes.
Chilton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Remo, yes, Warren,
Yes.
Cruz.
Yes. The motion carries, thank you. Okay. Now we're going to go. So in front of the board, I brought forward a motion, a resolution. What it would do is it would authorize me to receive taxes and give receipts. And this would be, this would allow us to help Rob and Lydia in case there's a time where they're gone. At this point, or out to the bank, or something throughout the day, or we can expand hours of the treasurer's department. And so, basically what it would be is, I'm asking you to ask the board to give me the permission in order to do that. Yeah, there's no extra cost to the board in order for me to do that. And then we would do it as needed, basically. But at this point in time, if Lydia is here, she's out running the bank to do a deposit or something at the bank. If the money coming in is quite a bit large, like Lydia and I were talking about today, she has to get it over to the bank because there's large amounts of money in the office, and that's not good. So she runs it out, and I'm still here, and I have to tell people, or Coy has to tell people, come on back, and we'll teach you after a while. So it's not very nice, especially since the people are paid. So what this would do is allow us to navigate those circumstances a little bit better. That's what this would do.
I'd like to make a motion approving the resolution authorizing the designee to receive tax designee being supervisor.
Here, one, second. Any other conversation?
I mean, to make people coming here to take care of their business and we can accommodate their needs here, I don't know why it's not part of the supervisor's regular job at all, personally, but I'm.
Statutorily, it can't be done that way.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
Right, I understand, I'm just saying, the larger picture of the township government, so, yeah. Make it easier for folks to come here and take
Okay, sorry, that's no way.
Well,
You certainly don't want to take late plus a lot of extra money. September 14th is the day that always sticks out in my mind. This year, I think it's a day later because the way it falls and the way it's there. Just make sure taxes are paid before you go that way.
It's not here.
7:40.
They have heard, but you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. We got a motion and a second, there's no further discussion on it, we can vote.
Which way?
Yes.
Henderson?
Yes.
Hay?
Yes.
Rasmussen?
Yes.
Hugo, yes. Thorne?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes. Okay, motion carries, thank you very much for it. Working with Rob, we'll be working on that, so, thank you. All right, that takes us out of new business, on financial, is approved the monthly.
Can we back up from earlier, we had correspondence from Hope Network.
Yeah.
That Bird does service, they've done a good job. I think it's important that we get some people lined up to take care of the hall for us. So there's been involved in putting something in the paper, getting that out.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that was, so it's automatic. Okay. All right.
No, you're fine, thanks.
Well, I'm not sure of anything. That's most of the time.
Okay, our financial, approve the monthly checks, give the board a few minutes, look over the checks, if there are any comments, concerns, or questions regarding the checks, or issues at this point. And I guess to keep the process moving forward, I would look for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the monthly bill.
Okay, I'll start that to. Yes, any discussion on approving monthly checks?
Did we see glass make a repairs to the front door, or did they sell that out? They saw another truck.
No, it was a joint, there was a truck, and recently glass did some work for us, and then they came in and put the film on the front door.
Okay, so we had started building the other company, we were receiving one.
You're supposed to get another bill, this is for the hatch there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some, yeah. We could, I'll chase that bill down, and then. Yeah. Just. Yeah, that's what it's, yeah, no. Well, the receipt last, receipt last.
Oh.
It's last one. And then the 10 separate.
Have the check gone out, or will it be going out for the LED lights?
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Okay, so I can get back to that guy and tell him that the check will be in the mail.
Yeah, I emailed, like, when you sent me that email, I never heard anything back, so.
He's not worried about it, he just wants to let me know the answer. And I was the contact person.
We get a lot of, like, spam bills, that look like bills, like, for internet service and things like that, so we have received that, but.
Yeah, he told me he thought it was like spam too.
I actually followed up, with a quick option. We could put a lot of those invoices, your invoices come up, and you're wondering if it's actually something we actually missed, so tracking down It's good on me, so there's some stuff going on with, scams.
The money to the county for the grinding of the roads, and grinding. Okay.
Okay. No further discussion, move to a motion. Any further discussion for approval? Nothing to say here, so. It's no for vote.
Bushman,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Rasmussen,
Yes.
Rebo,
Yes. Okay, motion carries. We will hear this. Okay, thank you. That brings us to the second part of open public comment. Is anybody that wants to do public comment at this time?
Hi. Teresa Garcia, Islamic Science. BENCOCIA, I just, I listened to $189 for a printer, and we get printers, linear prices, and well, that's pretty fair. The problem isn't with the printer, the problem is with the inks in the printer. So I had my business since 2005, my EMS Education LLC, and I have been purchasing most of my inks from Jarbo, Jarbo, and there's also one called Brew, and I've gotten some from there. And those inks are extremely inexpensive. You get an entire box of inks, you get 4, 5, or 6, of each different one, and the colors and the blacks, and you get the extra large pack. I would look at the inks first and see what printers they advise. Now, I use the MX922 Pixma. And that, if you buy for $600, or you buy for $83, you just got to type it in online. Say that you're tremendous amount of money, but you're going to lose thousands in those inks. They're $35 to $53 a piece. And we're talking about getting an entire box for about $16 to $20. So, this is a suggestion. Yeah.
Next.
My name is Nancy B. I have a concern. I've seen some pictures of red food when I was, I was wondering if there's any update on status of the shipment. I was listening, but there any information. Is there any changes or anything? It's offensive to see somebody using that type of gesture.
I can answer really quickly. It's just right now we're just in the process. We issued the 30 days. We issued a motion to quit, and then we go to court. So the motion to quit the contract, and after that's issued, it's 30 days. So right now we are past the 30 days. But we haven't had any conversation with ISI regarding that. We've also told ISI that we are not going to renew their contract in February because the contract is up for renewal. And so that's kind of where it sits. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next to a public comment. Steve?
Hi, my name is Steve Owen. A couple months ago, Kelly Fishley was talking about an administrative fee that was on our taxes, paid a couple times a year. I think he was talking in Yeah, I'd like to see that removed, so I'm just asking the board if they could just consider it as that.
Thanks, Steve.
Can I just say something quick?
Yeah.
I can say with virtual certainty that not all townships do charge that fee. I think most do, but we do not have to charge that fee. And I want to apologize if I seem very upset and taking it personally when the board wanted to double the rate. It wasn't just me, we all pay that administrative fee. Every single one of us pays to pay our taxes, and I still believe it's wrong. And I really get upset about it every time I have to pay my taxes, and there's an additional fee just to pay your taxes. Do you pay the IRS when you send in your taxes? I never have. I mean, I pay the IRS, but I don't pay it. I just don't want to get misunderstanding. Same thing with the state treasurer. When I send you a check from the state treasurer, it's bad enough to send that check. I'm not sure I'm going to pay that check and have it processed. So that's all I'm going to say. I apologize if I really got worked up. I've got a lot of parcels and I see a lot of administrative fees.
Do you have consumers though?
Pardon me?
Do you have consumers? My service fee on that was over $100.
Oh, yeah. People like paying their, yeah.
You wouldn't pay more than she paid.
I know, but I'm just saying,
I'm
it's
just saying that if you don't want to pay that administrative fee, and you guys say, yeah, we don't have to pay the people that still want to pay that, just go do that.
That was one of the things that I campaigned on. I wanted to see that administrative fee eliminated and or reduced, and I feel good about not having it done. So there's time to work on that.
I think it'd be good campaign sheet for all.
You guys want to pay the taxes?
I think it would be prudent for us to calculate exactly what that number is. We can look at, I don't know, we say, well, $4, whatever, whatever paying, I say, if look at all of it, what is it actually?
It comes out about $50,000 a year for township.
And does that really matter?
It does. Well, like I said, it goes toward paying, the assessor, the best one for paying the assessor. Either way, we have to pay the assessor.
That's true, but what that would.
It goes into the general fund, it gets dispersed from there. So.
I think it would be good to really, because what it costs to be eliminated, and we're out with those funds in order to balance our budget. And so we're all very passionate about paying more than we should, but
Well, I don't know how, and then,
we do.
Rob, ladies, say 15 or 50?
15. 1 5.
One line, okay, I thought I heard Corey before say it was about $60,000. Okay, all right. My memory's full. Probably didn't say that. That's
how,
Very easy to pull this up.
we just read it with it, budget, and see where else we can stop. Yes, like we said, 15,000, 15 grand, whatever, 15 years worth, someplace else. Like, how many people would like to see it brought? Yeah, some days? I'll look into it then this next week. Yeah, you're nuts, for sure. I can understand that too. And the city will do it in the head.
I was looking through the bills, because somebody had asked about the brine. That was the second, we paid for the second brine, because the first brine, they requested it being reimbursed from the county marijuana fund project, so grant, and it said that they will not know until this fall. So they'll know the later date, so I just let you know that money they paid for the first round of brine. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's nice.
We'll take it.
Okay,
is I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to go down to the hatchery and with graduation open house. And about 3-4 months ago, we had a meeting down there, and I sat on the picnic tables in the French was embarrassed. And so decided I was going to do something about it, so I went with my trailer and took one and loaded it up and got a funny look from somebody sitting in the parking lot. Took them all to repair the leg and power washed them, and they cleaned up pretty well, and stopped in and talked to Jason, and he approved me getting something to preserve them a little bit. Some of them needed some cleaning out because of how bad they were just going to dry out. So I got them done, and then summer got away from me, and before winter I still had the rest of them done. So that's just a informational. But the other thing is, 3 or 4 months ago, we had a lady voice some concerns about some flowers that had been cut down in one of our cemeteries. And I realized I had never driven around. I know the one cemetery down in the subdivision, but the other two I'd never driven by. And I went by them and saw that a lot of the stones, particularly the older ones, are pretty weathered. They dark and moss grows on them. But it's a sensitive area, and frankly, I don't have anybody in any of our cemeteries, but I wanted community input before I went ahead and did it. But I would really like to go to our 3 cemeteries and power wash those stones and clean them up. And so I need some input back from the board, input from our community. The last thing I want to do is get somebody upset because it's a very sensitive area. But I think we can get our cemeteries looking a whole lot better than they do now. So if you have any input or the community has any input, I'd love to hear back on it. Thank you.
One of the things that comes to mind, all right, I'm talking to you.
Sorry.
Too many people have it. First, when you were a principal. Talked about the Girl Scouts and projects, and what popped in my mind is whether the things they were power washing, what about approaching a Boy Scout troop as far as seeing what some of the merit badges and things like that, if they could be involved in our community, give them an opportunity to do that, and give a taste of, giving back and do it in ways, also maybe wear some merit badges, something like that, just a thought.
I would also recommend checking with, I know Matt Nix that does a lot of the stones, talking to him and just seeing, I know I spoke with him a month or so ago, when we were trying to figure out all the stuff with the flowers being cut and everything, because one of the women had asked about cleaning the headstones, and he recommended bleach and then rinsing really well, and then there's another product that I can't think of the name right off the top of my head, like wax and forget or something like that, you can get at Lowe's, you just pour it on them, and then over time it gets rid of all the moss and all that growing on there. So I would just suggest maybe speaking with somebody that knows the stones and the materials and is a power washer okay to use on those old ones, you know what I mean? Yeah. That would just be my recommendation.
Just one quick comment, I know I got it down the way, but you gotta be very careful with pressure washing. The old soapstone, headstones you can buy it right through. So, extreme caution. I don't think anybody will be upset if their headstone clean family member, but we don't want to damage the image. So there's lots of information out there about how to clean them up. And power wash will work great on granite and marble, but you gotta be careful on the soapstone. And given the downstone hatchery, it really is a very nice area. Former board put up that sign at the front. It is a really nice area, and it's used pretty much every day throughout the summer. So,
Thanks, Ross.
Terry,
that's Terry Colson. I live over here in Indian Drive, and 79. I'm gonna ask a dumb question because I don't know. But 19 Mile Road, I am definitely a no-motion person. But it's recommended that all the new development on 19 Mile Road next to Common, they're all going to be using that estate you're talking about.
Well,
Well, if you were looking at the Goshen main campus, it's more off the 18 miles, so there's nothing on that.
No, that's not a stop. There is really still that. I don't think it's not going to go. It's just not 19 now, before you know what I'm saying.
I think the original plan is for that, yeah. You would have to do something with it. I'm not sure, I can't really speak to it, but I think the original plan.
My only thought was if they're redoing this lift station, they're going to be doing it in a way that you're going to be able to handle the new stuff coming in within the, say, 4 or 5 years.
Sure, and they would have to extend the sewer, there'd probably be more grant money or something from the state to make that happen, is that put it on like some money. Then we may end up with another lift station on top of it, to get that drop. So, that would be something that would have to be developed in the future. Right now, they know they have a drop from the Goshen site, the main campus site. They have a drop going into that lift station, thank you. So, that's maybe just to take it from there first. So, yeah, that's all I can really speak to at this point.
Any convenience store, any commercial development that will go out there on that intersection has got to have sewer right up. And right now, the infrastructure is not there, that's why nothing's been sold or purchased.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely something that will be coming our way. It will require sewer, and that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, kind of just lightly checking, other townships that had sewer expansion project, there's all things considered, it's got trees for revenues, and so, that has to be addressed also, but yeah, the additional load on the sewer treatment plant and those types of things, have to be done between the township and the city, so.
When I talked to campaign, I talked to Darryl Marvell and Bruce Coughlin, they own those corners,
Yes.
and they say absolutely no interest when they tell them there's no infrastructure there. So I mean, there's nobody that wants to put in a convenience store, or a gas station, whatever, without sewer. So,
Like, I have never said for 2 years, from the west side of the street.
I'm not saying it's our fault that that hasn't happened, I'm just saying if it does happen, all that definitely will have to head our way to the sewer station. And it sounds like we've made provisions to accommodate a very large amount of proposed future sewage flow.
Yes. And Brian was there, you might get a report, there's an report set report. I heard everybody go on and check that report out, it's pretty interesting. So, give you a little background information.
I just want to personally thank everybody that voted, regardless of how you voted, but thank you for exercising your right to vote. And, appreciate it very much. I'm going to continue to do that. I learned a lot last 2 years. It's important to be involved in local township government. I think we're going to most impact our lives and what comes and what goes. And we can gripe and complain about Washington and Lansing and whatever. Right here is where we have say and control. And it's been awesome to see this community mobilize and get involved. And I hope we continue to see this and more continue to come, to whether you're in agreement or disagreement with what's going on and what we're doing with saying. And I appreciate the participation and thank you for being on that one.
Any other public comment? You get the document. Yeah.
I sit on one of the cemetery boards here in Pasco County, and it's a show of cleaning headstones that come up before. And we did contact Arlington National Cemetery, so I would encourage this community, if you want to get together with me, I'll share the information with you. The issue was that some of those headstones are so old, like from my family, they're about 200 years old. And I'd have to be driving by another cemetery, and lady there cleaning, and I stopped cleaning my great-grandfather's headstone. I stopped and asked her who she was, and she had a white brush, and she was scrubbing it. So, everyone has good intentions, but I can tell you that Burlington National Cemetery has good advice on their website, and I also called and spoke with them. They use, they recommend 2 different products. One is D2, and the other one is the Latin forget. But the D2 seems to work best, and I'd be glad to. And I'd be glad to clean some up too. Thank you.
Tim Johnson is the guy for the road commission, he knows about Brian.
Okay. John, well, I heard that next week we're gonna start grinding. I don't know when they're gonna start, but we're supposed to start that grinding. So, how things, yeah.
Since we got a road commission guy, you heard anything about the bridge south of 20 mile to 20?
I haven't heard anything.
I stopped in and talked to him about it, it was approved several months ago, it's in the county's hands. So, great, it's wonderful.
That's all.
Well, Kevin told me it already been started, I said, I there last night, it was not started.
They turned the right away. And then, last week they brought out a bunch of beans and
Also, a lot of people out there. You live in this quiet dead end where everything goes.
Any other comment? Anybody else?
Somebody wants to put in bid for the cleaning, who do they get started?
Oh, okay, great.
mail a sealed bid to my attention.
Okay, that's what I told her, so I just wanted to double check.
Oh,
Talking about the roads, a few years ago with the old board, I guess, I was on 22 Mile Road. On the east side, the first mile is perfect because the gravel pit paved it. The second and the third mile is in really bad shape. It's been bad for many years, it used to be dirt. They paved it, I don't know the exact date, I think it's been 30 years ago. And they keep filling the holes in. And the asphalt, I called, this is probably 4 or 5 years ago, I probably called the county, or the road commissioner. I know this might not be the proper avenue, I just want some guidance on what to do to get maybe something done eventually, or get on the list. I called a couple times, left a message. I don't know if it was Jennifer Green, then asked the road commissioner, maybe you could help me out. I never got a call back, so I kind of left it. I got several pictures. What's happening is I have a 40 acres lake, and my neighbor has a 40 acre, and tell my radius, the holes are getting filled in, and the workers, my husband witnesses, they're taking the asphalt out and throwing it in the grass in our yard, which is not really our yard, it's one of the roads that we do mow at. We have big chunks that are left. I saw it out at my neighbors. And the same thing, I've actually picked up 5-gallon buckets in the spring from the process. The one day my husband saw the workers doing it, he commented to them. So I just want to know what is the proper avenue. The road is so bad, you actually have to go like this and this and this and this to drive down the road. I mean, I know money is tight, but when I see all these other projects going on, it's like, maybe I could get some guidance on.
You own that shoulder, you pay taxes to the middle of the road that they control. It's important.
But they're taking the part of the road, and also along the edge of the road, because we do have tractors still looking down. The shoulder of the road is all disintegrating, and it's coming, it's just a mess. So, yes.
So my recommendation, I've been to the county road commission meeting, Jennifer is, Tim Nestle does the list, probably better than John.
That might have been Bruce, the number I had, but
He's the superintendent of the roads. I feel he listens. And explain just the same, they had a whole, they run the meetings the same way they had an open comment section for the public. And if you lay out your case the same way, and a couple of pictures might help it if you hand them to Tim Nestle, it might do some good.
Can I just say something? The squeaking wheel disagrees, you've heard that expression before. If you and some neighbors get together and go to some county road commission meetings, they're gonna be sick and tired of you showing up. It happened with me in that bridge for 5 years, I was trying to get that bridge replaced, and one day I went in there and I stood up, they said, we know what you're gonna tell us. It's taken care of, MDOT will take care of that bridge next year. I just thought, that was good. You can also address the road commission about them throwing those chunks on your property, If they don't know that, they need to hear that. I don't think they intentionally want to make problems for anybody. But my road is littered with chunks like that, they didn't throw them there, they just got blown out by cars going through big deep chuckles with small boots there.
Did you say you live on 22 miles or 23?
23, the last road, the last, well, the county goes to me, but we're the last mile on the cross.
To the best of my knowledge, that is a primary road.
Yes.
The township can pay for repairs on secondary roads, but primary road is the responsibility of the county. We appreciate hearing your concerns, but you have to go to the county.
It is the forgotten road of the cross.
I agree with you.
I lived there 40 plus years.
It has been years. It's on our pacer schedule every year, one of the worst. Yeah, it needs to be taken care of, sure.
Okay, any additional,
Karen Lowry, I live on 23 Mile Road, I have to live on 1 mile of it, hey. So, like a week. So anyway, I have to go to the round table. Rolling on the round table, motion, and check the connections to things, and I get an email that shows that anybody who's interested can go to his website. And if you want to get really good information, you can go and watch the whole thing there, I think. So anyway, I just thought it was very well done, including our supervisor. And if you would like more information about how all of that works together with Fran and create that us and our country as a whole, that's a good place to get it. On the new road person? Yes.
In the round table, it's every that year.
Yeah.
Right, that's what, that's right.
Yeah, there were several people here with national information.
Two congressmen,
Yeah, two congressmen.
along with other dignitaries. I watched it from my hospital bed, I wanted to be here desperately, they wouldn't let me know.
It was very good, and I think whenever side you're on that issue, I think it's good.
additional, you got 4 minutes. Everybody, no additional comments?
Lori.
She's already spoken once.
Can I speak again?
Yeah.
Okay. All I wanted to do is say, once again, I heard some really negative comments on the promotion side. And I wanted to know, for the last 2 weeks, I've been driving by, there are cars here all the time. It's kind of like nobody's here. You guys are here. You're doing a great job. And I appreciate 100% the transparency. This is a completely different work than what we had to deal with a year ago. No screaming, no throwing people out the door, get out or whatever. I appreciate that so much, and I appreciate the fact that you're actually getting jobs and not just giving them to your friends and buddies in town. And it is a fresh start from where we were. And I was